New format here, just going to do some voice recordings for a change. So the topic is, how do I find peace even though I'm gang stalked? The gang stalking thing is of value to people, so here's the new installment. And I was looking at the experiences of others and comparing my own. So Desmond Last says that to find peace when you're being gang stalked, do not allow yourself to become a victim. The most important lesson when dealing with these pathetic creatures who gang stalk people and who have no lives of their own is a lesson that must never ever be ignored or forgotten. It is never lose your cool and never ever rant and rave, for that is what they seek. Do not reward them. Say to yourself, I am king or queen cool. As Desmond says, gang stalking is illegal, and those who carry it out somehow believe they're above the law. That's wrong. Once you have absolute recorded proof, then they'll be charged by the police. So the first emotion you need to change is that of vulnerability. Gang stalkers are gutless cowards by nature. I've said before that they're cowards. Therefore, you have to ensure your level of fear is transferred to them. You also need to feel that you are on the attack, not on the defense. Well, in a way, but your defense may feel like an attack to them, but it's really a defense against what they're doing. So he suggests some tools, which I've suggested in the past as well. The first being a diary, online and visible, Facebook, Tumblr, et al. All high visibility sites. The online diary is your most important tool. It will be vital evidence in any criminal and civil court case. Every day, write down your experiences. By making sure your diary is visible, it puts you in attack mode. It also means that any statutory authorities who are taking part will be included in any future criminal and civil proceedings. Keep your diary factual, so no ranting or raving, just state what happened, when and where. So include any cyber gang trolling on the internet. Copy all profiles even if they're anonymous or considered to be false. By taking these positive steps, you'll no longer have the feeling of helplessness. He says helpfulness, but I think he means helplessness. Many gang stalkers make stupid coughing noises or slam doors when you walk past, or they talk loudly. It's all intended to intimidate you. Well, that's true. I didn't have that, but I've experienced more of like the cyberbullying type thing than anything else. But people have different experiences, and they're not talking rubbish. Gang stalking, as I've said before, is a real thing. So the people who are saying often to these victims are just trying to gaslight them to make them think that they're going mad. But as he says, always as set in tablets of stone. When they're in close proximity, wear headphones, listen to very loud music. I never had to do that, but he suggests to wear a body cam and always set in solid rock. Use one in your car. Record everything and look for the same faces, time slots, car registrations, etc. Make sure the body cam is visible. Put the videos on YouTube and the photos on Flickr et al. Do not rant and rave, just put the videos up there with the day and time. Just put them up and state you believe you're being gang stalked. Gang stalkers know how to use the system. Gang stalkers are unlikely to make an immediate threat, as they know it will be used by the police to arrest them. They'll use drip techniques on you. They're hoping you'll rant and rave and you'll be the one who'll be arrested. The win for the gang stalker, of course, is you getting arrested or put into a mental institution. As I said, that kind of ties in with the whole thing I've mentioned before about gaslighting of people, trying to make them think that they're going mad when the person who's doing the gaslighting is actually the one who needs treatment, needs mental treatment. So the gang stalker is different to the single solitary stalker. If you're obviously being followed and watched by the same persons all the time, go straight to the police and let them deal with it. If you're being followed but cannot prove it, go to the police and state you want to make a statement, or use an online crime reporting system. They're not going to do anything unless you have evidence, but if you're being gang stalked, it will cause some stalkers to back off. If somebody is obviously constantly following you in the same car, make sure you use roads with CCTV. Then drive to the police station and report the car or person to the police, which is better safe than sorry. That's good advice. It's always better to be safe than sorry. The whole gang stalking crime is based on nobody telling you what's going on. The idea is you think you're going insane and could end up in a mental institution. They want you to lose your cool and get arrested. They want you to rant and rave. So always be calm and in control. Gang stalkers are not the brightest kids on the block, and most will actually believe you have not noticed them stalking you. Once they see their cars and faces on YouTube, they'll freak out, and many will back off. They cannot gang stalk you for the rest of their lives. Many are stupid enough to think they are being paid to gang stalk you, but they're not getting paid a cent. Well, some people will be. I think some people will pay people to stalk people, but I don't have any evidence of that. Are you being followed? Then pull them over. They may stop and sit. In that case, drive off and drive behind them. Watch them drive off or by, and then follow them. Once you break the chain of stalking, they'll flounder about like fish out of water. Again, I never experienced that, but it sounds sensible, although I'm not sure if I'd necessarily advise people to engage these directly. It depends how dangerous they are. Some people are dangerous, and they might be physically dangerous. You just never know. Important, never confront them for that is what they live for. Then they can report you to the police. You should become emotionally strengthened by your own endurance. Every day is an increase in your civil claim against them, and also an increase in their jail time. As you get stronger, they'll get weaker. You must not fall into the victim role. That is what they want. Be a Trojan of self-reliance and independence. Never ever feel pity for them and try to befriend them. One day they'll roast in hell, and hell is for an eternity. Well, I don't necessarily believe that. It depends on your religious views, but he says hopefully they'll upset their local Hell's Agent president, and then they'll experience hell on earth. The point he's trying to make is that justice does exist. However, you must always be legal, never go outside the law, for they'll try and incriminate you. Make sure your phone records wherever you have been, and pay for everything with a card so nobody can accuse you of buying drugs, etc. Gang stalkers may also be cyber stalking you. Be mindful of privacy intrusion. By taking the above advice, you'll be the one in control. They're reacting to you, and by ensuring it's all documented and visible, they're now the ones who'll become afraid. Finally, a reminder, keep that diary. It'll give you strength knowing that you're collecting evidence, and never ever lose your cool, ever. Most important reminder, if you're a single woman who's not sure but suspects she's being stalked, always report your concerns to the police. There are two main types, the gang stalkers and the individual stalkers. The individual stalkers are more likely to carry out an assault. Yeah, I mean, I just thought I'd share this advice that I read from this gentleman, Mr. Last in Quora. And another chap, Li Pingwan, says avoid physical conflict as much as possible and never start one. To avoid or deter physical attack, learn personal self-defense like martial arts. It will increase your confidence. Make friends and connect relatives to build your support network. Keep good communications with your support network. Discuss with them what to do if you think you're being gang stalked. Find teachers if in school, employers, community organisations, churches, various clubs, associations, and even police for support. Move to a different neighbourhood finally, or a neighbourhood or job, and have a better life. Yeah, if it gets really bad, maybe they want you to leave the area too. So if it's that bad, then you might have to disappear. It really depends. Eventually you may have to leave anyway, because your life just will change. Life just does change, and over time people do move on. Anyway, I hope you got some value out of that, and let me know what you think of this new format of the audio only voice recordings. Hope you get some value, and take care. Bye.